Hey guys, this is my everyday makeup look for the summer. As you can tell, it's looking very smooth, it's looking very put together, and even in this hot heat, honey, this is long lasting, trust me. Keep watching so I can show you exactly how I achieved this look. By the way, this is very beginners friendly. Like, you do not need every single product that I show in this video. You can substitute products. However, you will still be able to achieve this look if you follow step by step what I do. I'm going to show you guys techniques. I'm going to show you guys how to do your eyebrows since you guys have been asking for it. You've been looking for it. So I'm going to give it to you. And how to transition between different products. And yeah, keep watching and make sure you have a notebook ready to take notes because honey, you don't want to miss this, trust me. First, I'm going to wash my face with a CeraVe Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. And then to rehydrate my skin again, I'm going to use the Thayer's Toner to really bring back the moisture on my face. I like to use the extra product and I like to bring it down to my neck and rub it into my hands. Let me teach you how to get your eyebrows right. I'm gonna take a spoolie end of a brush and I'm going to brush my hairs up so that it lays in the same direction and it also lays flat on my face. Then I'm going to use the angle side of that same brush. I'm going to dip it into a pomade. I'm going in and drawing the natural shape of my eyebrows, but I'm focusing more on the tail end of my eyebrows. And after I do that, I'm going to take my LA Pro Girl concealer and I'm going to conceal my eyebrows, basically making sure that it stays sharp. Don't judge, but I'm gonna use the end part of this brush to blend out that product that I used to line my brows. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm going in with the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. Guys, this is my holy grail this summer. I don't know what it is, but this foundation, it is nice, it is full coverage, and you can find it at your local Walmart. A trick that I use with my foundation is before I even blend it out fully, I let it sit on my face for a little bit, and then I go in to blend it out. But I also use my sponge to blend out the edges of the foundation on areas where I don't want it to easily crease. For example, my under eyes or my smile lines, because y'all know I'll be smiling all day, every day. Now I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty contour stick and I'm just applying that on my natural parts of my face that creates shadows. And then obviously I'm going to do my nose contour to the best of my ability. With my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is where I usually place my concealer. For my everyday makeup look, I like to make sure I keep it simple and not too crazy. I'm going in with my e.l.f. setting spray, and then I'm blending out my concealer. Now, a tip that I use for my concealer is when blending your concealer, make sure you start off by blending the edges of your concealer first, the underneath part of your eye. Make sure you tap that concealer in one spot at a time. Don't tap and drag. Just make sure you really take your time when you're blending your concealer, because if you don't take your time, this is how your under eye gets really creased up by the end of your makeup routine, and we do not want that. Now, another trick that I use is every time I finish doing any step, I like to go in and re-blend everything that I already have on. Now I'm going in and spray my face again. Now, this tip is something that I've learned quite a while ago, but it's something that is a staple in my routine. First, I'm going to take the sponge and I'm going to first blend out any of the concealer that has already started creasing. Then I'm going to dip that same sponge into my loose powder, tap off the excess on the back of my hands, and I'm going to take that little powder and I'm going to start blending and start patting underneath my eye. And I'm going to do it in layers. This trick gives you a smooth under eye finish. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the magic behind it is. I just know that it makes my face look smooth, okay? Now I'm going in with my pressed powder and I'm just going to get rid of any excess loose powder that I have underneath my eye while also setting the powder and everything on my face. And like I said before, I go back in during every step and I take my foundation brush and I re-blend everything together and make sure everything transitions smoothly. Now I'm going in with my contour palette. I'm going to take the bronze shade, however, so that the contour really transition nicely on my face. That is a trick that I use to make sure that the transitional state of my makeup products is flawless. Because when I use my bronzer, it transitions from the darker, cooler part of my contour straight to the lighter, brighter part of my concealer. Now I'm using that same bronzer method to finish my nose contour, and then I'm using the highlighter part to highlight. Now I'm going in with my Juvia's Place palette. I'm first using the darker color as a base. For the lighter color, the base blush kind of gives it more color and it allows the lighter color to sit on your face real nice, real pretty. Now I'm going in with my Kylie Jenner Lip Plumper liner. A tip that I learned recently is you use the back end of your lip liner to blend out the liner. I love the NYX lip glosses so much, and honestly, that's something that I'll always buy. I can't lie. Now I'm going in my Essence I Love Extreme mascara. Just going in and putting a little on. Now I'm going in my Morphe palette and I'm going in the darker shade because I am very creative. Sometimes I don't actually use like the liquid whatever. I like to just use my eyeshadow. You can use a lot of different products to do a lot of different things. I hope this helps you guys. I'm telling you, your makeup game is gonna elevate after you use all the tips and tricks that I told y'all in this video. I promise.